Hello. Is it me you're looking for? So, okay, I know I look like shit. I know I do. You don't have to say it. I know. So I don't care, alright? Leave me alone. So, have you seen the movie Seven? So, the movie Seven, which was done in 1995. It's got the beautiful Brad Pitt in there. Yes, of course. It's got Morgan Freeman in there. It's got Gwyneth Paltrow on there. And it's got Kevin Spacey. Have you seen it? If you haven't seen it, oh my god, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. You gotta... Do you want to know what it's about? It's about a serial killer. Yes, a serial killer. I don't know why my obsessions with serial killers is lately, but you know, it's just a phase I'm going through, okay? Don't judge me, okay? So it's about a serial killer, and he starts murdering people, like one murder a day for 7 days. That's linked to the 7 deadly sins. And there's 2 detectives. One is played by Brad Pitt, he's new to the city, and then you've got Morgan Freeman, who's just about to retire. Yeah. So this crazy psycho killer, serial killer, which is played by Kevin Spacey. But of course, at the beginning, no one knows who the serial killer is. It's like a whodunit. There's these murders that just keep happening one after the other, and they're really gruesome murders. Like, I can't even explain to you. Really, really gruesome murders, and I think he carves something in them. But there's like a really, really good twist in the end. So fucked up. So he kills people one by one, and then he like carves in one of the deadly sins on them, and then obviously that's when, after I think the 3rd murder or something, that's when the detectives find out, oh, you know, this is a serial killer doing the 7 sins, And in this movie, Brad Pitt and Gwyneth Paltrow are a couple. I think this is when they were a couple in real life, but they were a couple, and they're dealing with their own shit. Obviously, as you do. A film is never always just straightforward. There's always little other stories. So they're dealing with their own stuff. But finding this serial killer is just getting to the detectives, because they're just like, who the fuck is doing these disgusting crimes? It's like they're going for specific people as well. So it was really interesting. And the whole way through, you're just trying to figure out, like, oh my god, who's doing these disgusting shit? Who's doing it? Who? Who's killing these people? Who? It's so fucked up, because towards the end, the suspect serial killer, the way he brings himself forward is weird. Like, you can tell he's got a mental problem. And at this point, I think he only killed 6 people. So they're trying to figure out, oh, hold on, why is he handing himself in when, you know, he's only murdered 6 people? It should be 7. So they're just a bit confused, and they're like, oh, it doesn't make sense. How come this man's just giving him in now? Maybe there's a murder we've not seen yet or realised. But this serial killer is like playing on them. So he wants them to see these murders. He's not doing it and hiding it. He wants it to be obvious, and he's doing it. So it's like he's playing a puzzle with them, but with people's lives. I know, that's fucked up. I know, that's so fucked up, right? And when they catch him, well, when he hands himself in, he's really calm, collective. He knows what he's saying. He's explaining, like, you know, reasons to why he's doing it. But then he sort of makes a deal with, you know, the detectives, and he's like, I'll show you where this last body is if you take me there, but I only want 2 detectives to take me there. Can you guess who the 2 detectives were? Yes, Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt. So they've agreed to it, and Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt's character, they're in the car with this serial killer, and he's just talking to them while they're driving to the location that he's saying the body is at. Driving, and he's like, yeah, explaining all the reasons why he did these murders. Like, these people are ungrateful, these people lied, cheat. So like, the people that he did end up killing, there was a reason to why he chose them victims. But you see it in the movie. And he gets angry because something happened to him in the past. Typical, innit? Typical behaviour. And he's like, this is why I kill, blah 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 blah, you know, poor me, I had a bad childhood, blah 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 blah. But then these detectives are getting really pissed off and angry with him, and they're also like, where are you taking us? He's literally taking them in the middle of the desert. And the detectives are getting weird because they're like, why are you taking us here? There's going to be something waiting for us. You're going to murder us as well, blah, blah, blah. The helicopter's flying around, whatever else. And he's just really calm, like, no, I'm just waiting for something. Anyway, they get to this place and then take him to the middle of the fucking desert. Just Brad Pitt's character and Kevin Spacey, the serial killer. They're in the middle of this place, the desert, nothing there. And they're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and they're like, what are you waiting for? The detectives are like, so where's the body? You've brought us in the middle of nowhere. And he's just like, just wait a minute, just wait a minute. So they're thinking, what are we waiting for? And then you see this other van like speeding down, bearing in mind no one is around, so this van's speeding down, so everyone's getting panicky. It was a parcel guy. Oh look, this guy said that I need to bring this parcel here for a certain time. I'm so sorry, I'm only like 2 minutes late. One of the detectives open it, and the shit they find in there is fucked up. Let's just say fucked up. So his last murder was that. So he showed what his last murder was. He brought the body like he said he was going to do. So fucked up the way he did it. It fucked the detectives up big time. Anyway, it was a whole mess. It's really good. If you like one of those movies that you have to watch it and try and understand every little thing and try to figure it out yourself, definitely watch this movie. Like movies like that, there's a lot of thought that has to go to it, you know, to make sure everything makes sense and whatever else. Quickly about the actors inside in this movie. As I said, Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, Gwyneth Paltrow and Kevin Spacey are like the 4 main actors in it. Obviously there's lots of other different people in it. Brief background about these actors. I know they're really big Hollywood actors, but where do they come from? Did you know Brad Pitt's first moment on the screen was when he was in the movie Thelma and Louise, 1991, believe it or not. That was his first film he was in, and he was only a cowboy hitchhiker, so it wasn't a big role at all. And then after that he did another movie called A River Run Through, where he started to become like the more main character. And then he did another film, and that film was called The Legend of the Falls. And then he played some sort of hero in a vampire movie, and then he played Seven. So I think Seven was like his 4th or 5th movie, believe it or not. Oh my god, he was a baby. And Brad Pitt actually won a Golden Globe for supporting actor in the film Seven, which obviously was a big thing for him, you know. Morgan Freeman, he also started acting when he was young, and I think he only rose to fame in the 70s, 1970s. He did a TV series for kids. That's where he first started. He got his first Academy Award for playing a hustler in a film called Street Gangster, I think. No, it's called Street Smart. Worked with a lot of big people, which I didn't realise, because I know he's big up there, but I didn't realise he worked with these really OG actors and directors, which is so good. Oh my god, it was really interesting reading back about his life story. And it also shows that it doesn't matter how old you are, you can rise to fame no matter what age you are. So anyone that does keep trying, man. There's never say never. You know, anything can happen, and then before you know it, that could be your start. You could be becoming a Hollywood actor in your 60s. Morgan Freeman's in quite a lot of known good OG movies, which he done really well in, and he's got a lot of Academy Awards for these movies. Gwyneth Paltrow, I don't know if I said her name right. She's a weird one for me. I don't know. Personally, I don't think she's one of the best actresses out there. I think she's very lucky of where she is and how she got there. But for her to be an A-lister, it's weird to me. I don't know. I never found her acting amazing, never. In whatever movie I've seen her in. And I just feel like she's, I don't know, obviously, I just feel like maybe she's a bit of a weird person. But then we all are. I can talk. Things that she does, the amount of like beauty procedures and stuff I've heard of her do, it's just weird stuff. But anyway, that's another story. Her first film was actually Seven. This was the first film that she was in, apparently. Like major film. I don't actually know what she was doing before, how she got into it, but I think also this is when her and Brett actually got together for real, which obviously helped boost up, you know, her profile a little bit as well, I think. After Seven, she also went into and she filmed A Perfect Murder in 1996, and I think she got an Academy Award for that as well. I've not actually seen that film, but that's on my list to watch, definitely. How many of you can say you've dated Brad Pitt? I know I can. Woo! I'm joking, okay? I'm joking, okay? And then we've got Kevin Spacey. He also started acting out when he was young as well. He did Heartburn, a film, I think it was in 1996. It was in 1986. But Kevin Spacey's also in a lot of old school good films as well. He did really well. I think he's a good actor. I mean, it's a shame, you know, what's been come out about him, which is annoying. But overall, I think he's a good actor. But yeah, forget about him. So the director of Seven is David Fincher. I think he's one of the best directors out there because he's done so many good films. Just the way he actually films the scenes is quite interesting. He does it in a way where it does make you think a little bit more, you know. It makes you use your brain. And one thing about him is that he's known for his psychological thrillers, which is hard work. Like, imagine you trying to get someone to use their brains. You have to think extra hard. So it's a hard job to do that, then to obviously to film it in a way where you have to sort of make sure that the audience do understand this scene, that they do get the message in this scene, because some people might not, some people might, but just having that on your shoulders alone is just a hard job. So just for him doing it, well done to him. He directed a lot of really good films. Some of the films are my favourite. So he done Gone Girl. Oh my god, that's a whole another video. Gone Girl is a wicked film if you've not seen it. Probably plays with your mind. He's done Fight Club. So Fight Club, also wicked film. He did Zodiac, also good film. Can you see all these films are the ones that sort of play with your mind? So smart, like it's wicked. And he also did Panic Room, which was quite different as well, considering it was all filmed in, you know, one house, really. His filming and directing in this was really good, considering it's quite an old film as well. I watched it, I mean, the first time I watched it, I got every scene, I understood it. It was wicked for me, just because I invest a lot of my time and my focus in it. No matter what film I'm watching, I have to focus on it and get the story, understand what's going on. Definitely recommend it. But the film Seven was actually written by Andrew Walker. So Andrew Walker wrote it. and then David actually directed it. Together, I think they did a really good job. I did enjoy that movie a lot. But in this particular movie, I mean, it all goes down to the final scene. I feel like the whole movie is one massive story that goes on. I get that. And then right at the end, it's like the final scene. That's when the big twist happens and you're just like, oh my God, what the fuck? But that's what I love. I love being proven wrong, you know, because you're thinking one way, no, something else completely happens.